Close your eyes and look up far up into the prehistoric sky. Towering above the forests of the late Jurassic, a colossal shadow moves slowly, each step shaking the earth beneath its feet. Its neck rises like a living skyscraper among the trees, reaching heights no other land animal could dream of. This is the Brachiosaurus, one of the most awe-inspiring creatures to have ever lived. The name Brachiosaurus means arm lizard, derived from Greek, brachion for arm, and sauros for lizard. It was named in 1903 by American paleontologist Elmer S. Riggs, who discovered its remains in the Morrison Formation of North America, a treasure trove of Jurassic fossils. The name refers to one of its most distinctive features, its longer front legs, which gave its body a unique upward-tilted posture, unlike most other dinosaurs. Brachiosaurus lived approximately 154 to 150 million years ago, during the late Jurassic period, in what is now Colorado, Utah, and Tanzania. It was one of the largest known dinosaurs, reaching up to 25 meters, 82 feet in length, and weighing around 50 to 60 tons, about as heavy as 10 African elephants. Its neck alone measured over 9 meters, 30 feet, allowing it to browse vegetation far above the reach of any other herbivore of its time. This towering dinosaur had a small head for its enormous size, with nostrils placed high on its skull, possibly allowing it to breathe easily while its head was raised. Its teeth were spoon-shaped, ideal for stripping leaves off the tops of trees. Unlike other sauropods that had level necks, Brachiosaurus carried its neck vertically, feeding on foliage that no other species could access, a true king of the canopy. Despite its immense mass, Brachiosaurus was gracefully balanced. Its massive pillar-like legs and muscular tail acted as counterweights, enabling smooth, steady movement. Unlike the dragging, lumbering giants of outdated depictions, modern science paints a different image. A strong, efficient, almost serene creature moving with slow majesty across prehistoric floodplains. Feeding was a full-time occupation for the Brachiosaurus. With a body so massive, it likely needed to consume hundreds of kilograms of vegetation each day to sustain itself. It fed primarily on the tall conifers, cycads, and ginkgo trees that dominated the Jurassic forests. Using its long neck, it could sweep through vast areas of foliage without moving much, efficiently stripping branches with its peg-shaped teeth and swallowing leaves whole. No chewing, only quick bites and massive gulps. Scientists believe that Brachiosaurus may have spent most of its waking hours eating, much like modern elephants or giraffes. Its large gut likely acted as a fermentation chamber, where microbes helped break down tough plant matter over long periods. Because digestion was slow, its enormous body served as a natural energy reservoir, allowing it to move steadily and calmly through its environment. The metabolism of Brachiosaurus remains a fascinating subject of debate. Early theories suggested it was cold-blooded, moving sluggishly like modern reptiles. However, more recent research points to a warm-blooded physiology, at least partially, meaning it could regulate its internal temperature to remain active. Its gigantic size helped with thermal stability, preventing quick heat loss or gain, much like large mammals today. Behaviorally, Brachiosaurus was likely peaceful and social. Fossil evidence suggests that sauropods, including Brachiosaurus, may have lived in herds, traveling in groups for protection and easier access to food. These herds may have included individuals of different ages, with smaller, younger ones protected in the center, while adults surrounded them as guardians. Its temperament was calm, yet cautious. With few natural predators capable of threatening an adult Brachiosaurus, it relied more on its sheer size than on aggression. However, young individuals were more vulnerable to carnivores like Allosaurus or Torvosaurus, which roamed the same regions. When threatened, the adults could form a defensive ring, using their massive tails as powerful whips and their sheer presence to deter attackers. As a gentle giant of the Jurassic, Brachiosaurus played a vital ecological role. By feeding at the tops of trees, it helped shape the forest canopy, promoting plant diversity and influencing the evolution of smaller herbivores that fed on the lower layers of vegetation. Its life was an endless cycle of eating, moving, and reshaping the very world it lived in, a living architect of the ancient earth. Reproduction for the Brachiosaurus, as with all dinosaurs, involved egg-laying. Fossilized sauropod nesting sites show that these giants would have laid dozens of eggs in shallow pits or sandy areas, often covered with vegetation to protect them from temperature swings and predators. The eggs themselves were relatively small compared to the adult's size, about the size of a grapefruit, and many were laid at once, increasing the chances that some hatchlings would survive. The young Brachiosaurus that emerged from these eggs were vulnerable, standing less than a meter tall and weighing only a few dozen kilograms. Their growth rate, however, was astonishing. Within just a few decades, these tiny hatchlings could grow into 60-ton giants, fueled by constant feeding and a metabolism designed for rapid development. Unlike mammals, they likely received no parental care. Survival depended on instinct, speed, and finding shelter among the vegetation until they were large enough to be safe. As for their lifespan, scientists estimate that a Brachiosaurus could live up to 100 years, given its slow metabolism and lack of major predators in adulthood. The bones of older individuals show signs of wear and disease, suggesting that these creatures aged much like modern elephants, long lives marked by experience, endurance, and quiet dominance of their ecosystem. The first bones of Brachiosaurus were discovered in 1900 in Colorado by Elmer Riggs, who recognized that it was unlike any other dinosaur known at the time. Later discoveries in Tanzania revealed a similar species, Brachiosaurus bronzi, which for decades was displayed as one of the tallest mounted skeletons in the world at the Berlin Museum of Natural History. Although now reclassified as Giraffatitan bronzi, it remains the most complete and majestic representation of what a Brachiosaurus would have looked like in life. Brachiosaurus, along with its fellow sauropods, disappeared around 145 million years ago, long before the asteroid impact that would later wipe out the dinosaurs. Environmental changes, shifting continents, and new competitors gradually ended their reign. Yet their fossilized bones continue to remind us that life once reached truly extraordinary dimensions, a living cathedral of muscle, bone, and grace that defined the Jurassic world. So when you imagine the Earth before humankind, picture this gentle titan raising its head above the treetops, sunlight glinting off its skin, breathing the warm air of a world still young. The Brachiosaurus was not just a dinosaur. It was a monument of nature's ambition, a creature that stretched the limits of what life could be. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. Leave your like, comment what you liked the most, and share it with someone who needs to hear this too.